Soul Reaper. What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to another YouTube video, and today we're taking a look at another film review, and today we're taking a look at Soul Reaper, which is on Netflix, and one that I can officially title that should be on Amazon. I'm gonna be honest, Amazon Prime, is known for its shitty, low-budget, made-at-home movies, with sort of evil llamas from outer space, and Killer Sofa, and Jesus versus Vampire Raptors, or Jesus versus Zombie Raptors, or whatever it's called, or, like, there's so many crappy, low-budget horror movies on Amazon Prime that this one definitely should have joined, because this is an incredibly strange, low-budget movie, which was all over the place plot-wise, and was awfully paced as well, I'm gonna be honest. But anyway, without any further delay, let's take a look at what Google has to say about this quote-unquote horror movie. It is a horror comedy, which has a 2.3 out of 10 on IMDb, a 3 out of 5 on Amazon, so it is on Amazon, I was correct, and a 24% on Just Watch. A groom-to-be and his friends stay at a remote cabin for a bachelor party weekend, but terror strikes in the woods when the guests disappear one by one. Kinda strange, not gonna lie, but guess what? Bachelor parties tend to only have the dudes in it. I mean, it is the year of our Lord 2025, so you can do whatever you want at the bachelor party, but stereotypically, normally, at the bachelor party, it's like the dudes, and the bachelorette party is the girls. This is a party for the groom. However, the wife appears. You know, the wife is at this party, so this is like just a friend gathering, a holiday. The marriage thing doesn't even fucking come close to being important to this story. It is only the premise for why they have all gathered together, and it's a pretty shitty one as well, because you can use literally anything. So we are opened up to this cabin in the woods with two characters being introduced, who got there a day early to explore and investigate, and they think it's a game, it's like a murder mystery, like a little fucking escape room, and it's not, and they get attacked, and we don't see them again until the end of the movie, because we think they're dead. It's like the opening death in a horror movie, because they get attacked by a random, it looks like a woman. It's very blurry and it's very fast, but it looks like a woman with like very heavy makeup on, somewhat like Ring vibes. We then have everyone showing up after going to a pub, and everyone's warning them like, oh no, don't go to that house is haunted, that house is evil, oh no. And then it's like, then they start arguing amongst themselves, being like, oh no, let them go to that house, it needs to happen. So one of them is like, no, I'm not gonna let it happen, and he fights them all and kills them all in the pub, and then he's fighting his way through like armies of like people who live in this village to get to this house in the woods to stop them from being murdered. That doesn't come into effect till the end of the movie, but they all arrive, they scare each other, they prank each other, so it kind of turns into Boy Who Cried Wolf, and it's like, oh, this isn't a joke, this is actually happening. Like, guys, please, there is someone following us, there is someone watching us, please help, please come with me, please, please, please. And they're all being stalked, and they all get drugged, they all get put like a mark on their head, and they all think it's like the prankster mate, and he's like, no, I wouldn't do this is like way too far, what the fuck. He's tied up, and he's really pissed off about it, and then they get attacked again. Everyone wakes up in like a death circle, and all the like runes on their forehead get brought together, and they get thrown into a portal one by one by one by one, and for this weird ritual. And it was the guy that they said it was, and he denied until they died, and he didn't die, but he just kept denying it, and it actually was him. So the red herring, the plot twist of being like, oh, it's not me, I promise, didn't even matter, because we knew it wasn't him, because when the monster struck, he was fucking nowhere, and he was with his other mates. So we already knew for a fact that it wasn't him, it was his twin brother that was doing all of it, but he was in cahoots with the twin brother. Still pretty weird that he had the thing on his head, though, not gonna lie. If it wasn't needed, and they were trying to summon a demon, and the movie ends before any of that happens. The movie ends before we even find out if the ritual is completed, because the dude from before who killed everyone at the bar runs in and is like, stop. So all of the guys are in this hole, this portal thing on the ground, except 2, and that's when it's like, oh, end of movie, bye-bye. And that's it. That's the end of the movie. It doesn't have a solid conclusion. It has no resolution. It just fucking ends mid-fucking, like, tipping point. Mid-peak of, like, movie, like, dramatics of the movie. Like, the final fight, as you will. The, like, you know, the big ending, the big dramatics. It just fucking stops, and credits roll. I was so fucking pissed. I was livid. I was fucking livid. Because it's like, why end the movie there? What is the point? Like, we have no solid outcome. Movies tend to leave stuff on a little bit of a unknown, so you can add your own opinion. You can say what you want to happen. Like, you can use your imagination to see how it ends. But at least it's a satisfying ending. This just ended at, like, the peak, like, time. This would have made the movie, like, the peak dramatics. Like, he just showed up to save the day, and then you end. There's no number 2. I don't think there was ever a planned number 2. So you either have he saves the day or he doesn't, and that's it. They're your only options. And by the looks of it, most of the people are already dead. We don't even know if they're dead. They've been thrown into a hole, a portal-looking thing in the ground, which shows their memories as they fall in it. So, I don't even know what it's supposed to be. I don't know what it's supposed to do. They're trying to summon some demon. They're trying to summon something. The Reaper, as you will. The Soul Reaper. And that's it. Like, that's the movie, and it's so frustrating because the pacing is all over the place. We have people taking way too long than they need to get drinks and to drink the drinks in the pub. It's a very awkward moment when they're stood drinking the drinks in the pub because no one's talking. They're just staring at each other, trying to chug these drinks until one of them throws up, and then they swiftly move on to moving back to the cabin. And then they're all introduced one by one, and they do all these fake outs of, like, jump scares and, like, oh, first to die type situations, and it's just boring and it's repetitive. And this monster that we see on all the posters and all the promotional art, not in the movie. Doesn't exist. It's not fucking there. Why would you expect this weird Demogorgon skinny demon like Soul Reaper fucking monster thing? Nah. It's a guy. It's a dude, and they've done the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror route where it's like Bart and his twin brother who's like the evil one who they keep in the attic. That's what they've done because it's him but ugly, and like that's it. That is it. It is him but ugly, and that's the twin, and they've never known each other existed until a couple of weeks ago. And it's generic plot point after generic plot point after generic plot point, and there is that many characters that it's so hard to follow each one's story, and none of them die. Some of them go missing, but they don't die. They just get marks on their forehead, and then they're all put in this big circle. So the movie makes you think like they're dead, but they're not. They're just chilling somewhere in this cabin, because I don't imagine they would move the bodies very far if they needed to bring them back anyway to put them in this kill circle. Also, they're going through a lot of trouble to get these guys in a kill circle. Why don't you just wait till everybody's asleep and then do it? Why'd you have to wait, mark them all on their forehead, then let them all wake up, and then wait till they all go back to sleep again before you do the ritual? What's the point in letting them wake back up? Their plan is incredibly flawed. Their plan of action shouldn't fucking work, and it doesn't. Or at least I don't think it does, because the movie didn't give us a satisfying conclusion. It just fucking ended. It's like they ran out of runtime. It's like they were given like 1 hour and 24 minutes, and that's what they had to stick to, and they ran out of tape because that's all they recorded. That's all they fucking wrote. And yeah, the actors were fucking shite. Gonna be honest, these actors were shit. It was like robotics. It was like GCSE drama performances, like, you know, school plays. That's the level of fucking performance they were putting on. Not gonna lie, the jokes are also shit. Didn't laugh at any of them. Didn't even come close to giggling at any of them. Most of the characters were very selfish, very rude, and just pissed me off. And the story was just all over the place. Didn't really make sense, and has so many flaws that I can go on forever talking about them, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to rate this movie a 2 out of 10. I'm going to love you and leave you, and I'm going to see you all in the next one. I hope you all have an excellent day. Hope you all stay home and stay safe, and if you do want me to review any other movies, TV shows, or animes, please do leave it down in the comments below, and I'll get on it as quickly as possible. But other than that, bye-bye.